wealthiest families in the world?
Here's an answer from Xiaoworld.biz. With a total family wealth of $214 billion, the Bezos family, Jeff Bezos, estimated wealth, $161.2 billion, and Mackenzie Bezos, estimated wealth $52.8 billion of Amazon as the richest family in the world.
Hey Siri, how much is the Rothschild family worth?
Here's an answer from JustRichess.com. With over $2 trillion worth in assets and holdings, the Rothschild family is one of the wealthiest families in the world.
Now, hey Siri, who are all the wealthiest families in the world?
Here's what I found from Cielworld.biz. With a total family wealth of 214.
See, they hiding these people. I want to know who the wealthiest person. Okay. How much is the Queen of England's family worth?
Here's what I found from InStyle.com. The entire royal family has an estimated net worth of more than $1 billion. But the Queen's own funds come primarily from the Crown Estate, which is a real estate portfolio given to the reigning monarch.
So the Rothschilds are worth $2 trillion. Over $2 trillion. Are you serious? This is what I do all day. I be like, dang. So I did a study on the Rothschilds and how they came to be the leader of the banks. Because I want to know if you if I'm trying to do something, I want to start from, okay, I want to do my research on how the first person who started everything, how did that happen? How did they do what they did? And what I learned about the Rothschilds, and this is why I guess I've been riding on the Federal Reserve so hard. What I learned about the Rothschilds, they were the creators of the Federal Reserve. And the way they did things, man, oh my God, it was so evil, but genius. Okay, so they started out in like over here, you know, trying to make a deal with America. You know what I mean? And they wanted to be able to control the money of the world. So what they did was, I don't. That's my thing. Like they didn't break it down to how they actually got these golds and these things to back their money up with. I never understood how they got the gold, but if you know the Rothschilds now, you know how they did it then. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how they did it then. Like it ain't even no question no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, well, we know how you got the gold to back it. So basically, what they did was they used the people. America used the people and their labor as bonds. That's how bonds first started out. You know, how many ever people you have in your country will give you these bonds to back that, to give you credit on that. That was so fucking genius. Instead of using real gold, and then America started finding their own gold or whatever. We had our own gold rush, and we could back our own things with our own gold. But oh my god, the way they did it, the way they hid, like I guess what I'm tripping off of is, you know, the slavery part about it. Like they really finessed the hell out the whole world. And to say the whole world, I guess they got upset with the whites because some of these whites helped these blacks. You know, um get away from these slave yards, graveyards. And so what they did was they said, okay, since y'all want to help them, we're gonna make everybody pay taxes. Hmm. That made everybody become a slave at that point. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't see it now, what they did then, you don't see that shit now. I don't know, something really wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like something is really wrong with you. I don't get it because truth of the matter is, like, they tricked the hell out of us. They tricked us, man. Like we over here thinking we got freedom and we don't. We're just freely slave. We're free slaves. Like you're free to think that you free, but you ain't free, nigga. You got a whole number. And that's why, like, hold on. You know how they be like, oh, well, if you undocumented, you got to fucking go. That's why, nigga. Cause they ain't making no money off of you. They not making money off of you. Another country is. Because what the Rothschilds did, they didn't just go to the United States, they went to every country and did the same thing they did with the United States to every country, was bully them or use tactics like how they do in the industry now. Okay, so if you don't want to sign this agreement, we either gonna kill you, or if we got you drunk enough or high enough to the point where you slept with an underage child or a man or a woman that you wasn't supposed to sleep with, we got your ass and we're gonna put you on blast. We're gonna burn you. They used either the kill you method, okay, or the blackmail method. That's what you call it. The blackmail method. It's like, it's like either nigga you do what I say, or nigga it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap for you, nigga. I wish you would. I wish you would think about helping somebody without helping my agenda first. What? You gonna keep my agenda going? Oh man, I can see that junk. Like, man, man, and money is gold. A nigga look at gold now. Nigga look at gold now, and they be like, "That ain't nothing. I want the money." That's how much money means to people now. That's scary. That's scary. Now that is scary, bro. Sorry, y'all. So a young nigga, man, to a young boy, to like somebody like I can even say 21, 18, 19, 20. They ain't gonna take the tree. You know why? They can't pond it no more. They don't know how to melt it down and do some other shit with it. They said, nah, that's too much work. I want to make this money just as fast as I got this money. It's sad too, boy. Mm. They did a good job. I mean, they controlled. They went from having us watching us on the cotton fields, making sure we don't do nothing, make sure we don't make a move. And, we got out of there with the help of some of them who felt bad for us. Right? And they said, oh, okay. So y'all want to help them. All right. So here's what we about to do. We about to implement a state tax on y'all asses. And you know what? You gonna pay us twice for doing that stupid ass shit. You gonna pay us for state and then you gonna pay federal. State and then federal. That's a genius move, boy. That's fucked up, but it's genius. Then you went to every country and did the same thing. I believe the Rothschilds got more than a trillion, $2 trillion. I believe the Rock. Hey Siri, how much are the Rockefellers worth?
Here's what I found from Marathi.tv. The Rockefeller family as a whole has a net worth billions of dollars, and Forbes lists them as being 23rd richest family in the United States.
Hey Siri, how much is the Windsor family worth?
Here's what I found from CheatSheet.com. Collectively, the key members of the House of Windsor are worth somewhere between $775 million and $1 billion, according to estimates.
Damn, son. Hey Siri, how did the Windsor family accumulate their worth?
Okay, I found this on the web for how did the Windsor family accumulate their worth. Check it out.
That shit. I'm calling because that shit deleted as soon as I'm trying to tap it. Hey Siri, how did the Windsor family get their worth?
Okay, I found this on the web for how did the Windsor family get their worth. Check
Now
it
the
out.
Windsor family is Queen Elizabeth's family. They ruled 7 decades. They have ruled 7 decades. Has brought about a moment of transitions for British monarchy. Let's see. No, King Charles II ascended the throne, but likely will not be officially crowned for months. Currency in Britain and Commonwealth countries worldwide still features Queen Elizabeth's face. Um, no, that's not something I want. Go back, Siri, because you just telling me basic shit. Alright. Okay, here's where the royal family gets their money. The Duke of Duchess makes $30 million. God dog. So they get their money from taxpayers for called their sovereign grants. Whoa. During a walkabout after a church service, St. Peter and St. Paul, West Newton in Norfolk, as the Queen is to make history when she becomes the first British monarchy to reach their sapphire jubilee. That was not important. I don't even know why I read that. It comes from the Treasury and it's funded. All right, so where the Windsor family wealth comes from is the Treasury. It's funded by the taxpayers, according to the BBC. The basic agreement is that the royal family gets the grant in exchange for surrendering all profits from the crown estates. The family massive portfolio of properties to the government. Every year, the regime monarchy is given an amount of money equivalent to 25% of the Crown's estate's portfolio. So when they say portfolio, I'm thinking they have an investment in just real estate property alone, and the taxpayers pay for that real estate property about 25%, and then the taxpayers, so they receive 25% of the taxpayer money. So that's what I'm getting. Then that's about $107 million. Is that monthly? Every 2 weeks? Is that yearly? If they worth that much money, then that's gotta be like monthly, nigga. The sovereign grant pays for more for properties, the upkeep, the utilities, the family travels, and the royal employee payroll. According to official royal family financial report, the Telegraph notes that the grant does not cover cost of security, royal ceremonies. That money comes from a few other places. Let's see. Duke, the Duke. Money comes from the Duchy of Lancaster. Portfolio land of other assets that's been provided in the royal family of hundreds of thousands of years. It contains $715 million worth of net assets. $715 million worth of net assets over the years, over the 70 years that they've been reigning. It brought in $27 million in 2019. Hmm. So, as I said, as you can see right here, what I just read, they make their money off the backs of the people and their heritage. It's really, to me, when I look at everybody who's held on to their generational wealth, to me, if you've held on to your generational wealth throughout this whole time period, you were a slaughterhouse. Your whole family was slaughterhouses, allegedly slaughterhouses and cannibalism. And what's that other thing where you and your family members have sex? You them too. Oh, incest. You a bunch of incest having motherfuckers. Oh, oh, you dirty mother. Shut your mouth. That's incest right there, man. What y'all doing? And that's honestly, as I can see, if you were just living your life right, yeah, you lost your generational wealth. Because in my eyes, these were some murderous, slaughterous son of a guns. And hey Siri, is the royal family Jewish or Catholic?
Okay, I found this on the web for is the royal family Jewish or Catholic? Check it out.
Hey Siri, is the royal family Catholic?
found this on the web for Is It Royal Family Catholic?
Wait.
Check it out.
Okay. It says faith by the Pope. So I'm assuming they're Catholic, which, whew, you ever heard about the Vatican? Man, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. The Vatican and how that was created, and how small this country is, and how the country, how when you go to like, you know how the United States and India and China, they all go to that big UN meeting. When it comes down to the Vatican, it's actually a company that goes there and represents the Vatican, the country, which all these countries are just like the Vatican. So if the Vatican is allowed to do it, why can't the United States? Because and I thought about that shit, and I was like, when I listened to the video, it's on YouTube. It's called "The History of the Vatican." If you just type in "the history of the Vatican," um, it's a little 6 minute video, and it explains to you how it operates and how it only has like 250 to 500 people in that country, and how the Pope is the king. I mean, is the CEO of the country, of the business as well as the country. So it's basically, if you really want to know how America works, study the Vatican, the country, the Vatican country. Study it. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you can ever say something is too late, but to me, it's a little late. But you can still catch their ass. I think I'm doing a lot of research on this Vatican thing because it was kind of creepy when I seen. Let's see. It was a picture of it was he was in the news, and they were talking about how the Vatican he they put up he pulled all his money from the banks, from all the banks, right? And it was creepy how he was sitting in the, like, the, I guess it was like a little castle. He had like a little foyer. He was standing on it, and then he kind of like disappeared back off into the drip. He's peeking out, and then he kind of like went. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, this nigga's creepy. So that's what made me wanna do my research on the Vatican. Um, and from what I'm actually seeing, it's not good. That country right there, it has over 1 million people believing in what they got going on. But not everybody, those 1 million people couldn't visit that country. You know what I mean? You have to get approved by the Pope, the CEO of the company. Like, America is a business. And they tricked us into believing that we are not fighting for a business. We are fighting for a country. We're a business, and we And America is a business, and the American people are the product. You are the product, nigga. Whether you, that's why they make money when you born and when you die. It's all a business, nigga. And if you don't know the right places to go collect the money off of who just died, nigga, because they never went and got that money, that go right back to the Rothschilds, to the creator of all of this. And they split that off between the Windsor family, the Rockefeller family. There was another family out there. JP and Morgan family. All these big banks that's been around for a long time, those families. Hey Siri, who owns the Bank of America?
Here's an answer from Britannica, Bank of America, in full Bank of America Corporation, one of the largest banking and financial services corporations in the United States. It was formed through Nations Bank's acquisition of Bank America in 1998.
Who owns? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Who owns Nations Bank?
Okay, I found this on the web for who owns Nations Bank. Check it out.
Oh no. You know what? I asked the wrong question. Hey Siri. Who was the founder of Bank of America?
Amadeo Giannini created Bank of America.
Hey Siri. How much is the Giannini family worth?
Okay, I found this on the web for how much is the Giannini family worth of Bank of America. Check it out.
Home mortgage, auto loans, installment credit. They may be taken for granted today, but before their sons, Italian immigrants came along, such things didn't exist. Okay. Let's see. Francis revolutionized the banking world by focusing on the little people. Giuliani passed away in 1949 at the age of 79. By that time, the banks that he had, the largest bank in the world with $7 billion in assets and more than 525 branches in over 300 cities in America. Okay. So what I just read in this article right here, was basically, I didn't see how much he was worth, but I did see how much he did create over time. And over time, from the time he stepped in to the time he passed away, he created over $7 billion in assets. And what's crazy, and he had about 525 locations. And that goes back to what I said in my last video. We really need to focus on the little people. We need to go back to like having all types of small businesses. Like we invent something and we just sell it on the street. And we gotta go, we as the people have to go back and buy into this stuff. You know, forget the Gucci, forget the Prada, forget the Bose. Let me tell you something. Somebody came to me and created some headphones, and they was black. They created some headphones that's way better than these, and they just sold them to the community versus like get them stamped and approved first, and then sell them. They sold them to the community first, and then got them stamped and approved later on. And we should create our own system. I'm telling you, man. We should just go ahead and just get it started. Fuck what they talking about, man. And why they, like I said, I don't know, man. Like I'm thinking, if they gonna put warlike tactics out there, let's just have a warlike mind, but just in a different way. They thinking we going one way, we pump fake left and go the other way, man. We go right. They ain't gonna see it coming. That'll fuck their ass up. That'll make sure that purge law in Illinois to get stopped real quick. They'll stop that shit right there in that state. Cause that one state has been taken over. And they all awaiting trial. Everybody waiting trial. You hear me, boy? That's the crazy part about it. That's the crazy part about it. I love it though. I love it though. You know, I like thinking about shit like that. I like using whatever they throw at me. I like to see what type of advantage points I'm gonna get out of it because, like I said, I know that I feel like they trying to trick us, play us. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, they have tricked us. There ain't no trying about it. They did it. Nigga, we all been slaves unknowingly. I don't give a fuck what color, what race, whatever you are. You have been a slave to the system. Only people I can truly say that have been a slave to this system is the Asians. And the only motherfuckers you don't really see out here working with us. You see every other culture out here working with us in the field. We bad at them. The Asians figure out a way to beat the system. Nigga, you need me more than I need you. Huh? With this. With this. This is all they got. They got a little bit of this, you know what I'm saying? Kung Fu, kick your ass. They mainly got this. And this take them a long way. Yep. Yep. Them Asians are dope, man. But you know where they get it from? This. Hey, man. Tactical. Practical. Yes. We went over there and gave them some special sauce too. You know, the white men will forever be indebted to the Asians, uh, because of the guns. Because of the guns. And why did I say that? I don't know if I did a video on this, but I think I did a video on where the guns originate from. And gunpowder originated from China. China, China created gunpowder because they were trying to create a potion to live life forever, and they wound up creating a potion to cut life short. So what they did was they worked with the I can see that I feel like black people were bullies back in, like when we were running shit. We just smacking everybody around, you know. I can see that. We weren't living right. So we weren't living right. We had to be doing some fucked up shit. And they tag teamed against our ass for real. They had the damn Chinese man come up with a damn potion. And the white man got a hold of that potion. And somehow they made a deal with the white man. This white man got a hold of that potion. And this was where the bombs came from. You remember back in the day where they had the movies where they was like pumping the shit. They was like they get the gunpowder. They have to pump it down with the what you call it. Then they have to load it with the shell. Then they have to cock it, and then they have to aim, and then they have to fire. Yeah, yeah, that shit right there. That came from the Chinese man, and then the white man used that, and then the white man came up with the handguns, with the gunpowder. From there, from the gunpowder and the bombs, the cannon bombs, to the handguns. And that's what started this whole murder slaughter against us. We were tough. Black people were tough physically, mentally. You get that gun and you end that shit instantly, that fuck you up mentally. So they had us. They had us. Most of us didn't want to die. And I was like, damn, like, you sit back and you think about shit like this. You wonder about shit like this, like, yo, why people don't want to die? Did they tell you, quote unquote, if they tell you that you're gonna live in paradise after you pass away, and as long as you had that relationship with them, and you following your 10 commandments, why people don't want to die? It's because you're not living right. You're not living right. And for a long time, like, I don't know. If I was to die today, would I be satisfied on what I did on earth from the day I was born to now? I would say yes. Why would I say yes? Because the people I did wrong, I have asked for forgiveness from. I found them. Like, I went out and found them, and I asked for forgiveness. Majority of them accepted. You know, accepted and forgave me. Now, if I just met you for like 5 seconds and I offended you, my bad. I throw that out spiritually. I'm sorry. But majority of them, I found them, and I asked them for their forgiveness because I know that was wrong, and if it was done to me, I would be hurt. So, you know, and I can count on one hand. I can use one hand on how many people I have done wrong. Like, yeah, I ain't done too many people wrong because I always look at, you know, myself in their shoes. Like, I can always do that. You know what I'm saying? People really people really need to understand that we were tricked into this system by some pretty clever people, ruthless people. Because if you could like convince people to do this to their own people for this long, you got to be pretty freaking ruthless. You got to be pretty freaking ruthless to do some shit like that. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but that's my opinion. You know what I mean? That's my opinion, and in my opinion, you gotta be pretty fucking ruthless to do some shit like that. Um, let's see. I don't know, man. I've been I don't know. I've been busy, but I ain't been busy. I just been enjoying my life for real, for real. I've been enjoying it. I don't even do much, but I enjoy what I do. And I'm proud of me. That's what I can say. I'm proud of me. I just seen a picture of a high five, and that's what I give myself, a high five all the time. Uh, let's see.
Want a second income stream? Because if you can download an app from the App Store, then you can now.
How the Rothschilds got started.
The Rothschild banking dynasty, easily one of the wealthiest families in history, but also the single largest source of conspiracy theories. The vast and shrouded wealth of the Rothschilds has endured for generations and has unsurprisingly made it hard to tell what is fact and what is fiction. In this video, we're going back to the earliest days of this famous Jewish family to see how they managed to build one of the greatest fortunes in history at a time of rampant anti-Semitism. This video is brought to you by Skillshare, with whom I've partnered to make a series of educational.
So I don't really have much got going on right now. So I just want to share my time and what I do with you. So let's just learn. I want to read another video on how the Rothschilds did things. But let's just learn how the Rothschilds did things.
Videos on the stock market, which you can watch for free by using the link in the description. Our story begins in medieval Europe. By the 10th century, most of Europe was under the domain of Christianity. Political power was invariably tied to religion, which made being a non-Christian very unfavorable. Perhaps the biggest victims of these circumstances were the Jews. Having no home state of their own to fall back to, the Jews were scattered throughout Europe, and many of them settled in the Holy Roman Empire. This vast multi-ethnic state contained modern-day Germany, and like the rest of Europe, it too wasn't happy to harbor the Jews. In many cities, the Jews were forced to live in particular neighborhoods, in what we now call ghettos, and the city of Frankfurt was no exception.
I just had a thought. They started out, long ago in like the 1800s, when slaves were free. Where did they put us at? In the ghettos, projects. Sorry.
From 1462 onwards, it confined all the Jews in the city to a single narrow street outside the city walls. That street came to be known as the Judengasse, or the Jewish Alley, and it was made up of numerous tightly packed houses. Back then, the buildings weren't distinguished by numbers, but by signs. One building could be the House of the Ship, for example, while another could be the House of the Golden Stone. The sign on one of those houses was a red shield, or Rothschild in German, and the family living in the house had gone by the same name since at least 1528.
So this family has extended themselves. Hold on, let me do another video. All right, we 2 minutes and 1 second into it. I want to do another video to start it off fresh. I'm gonna have a fresh blunt for this fresh segment. All right, but let's go down. Let's see a pattern of how the Rothschilds got started. Let's get it going, because I ain't got nothing to do today.